Planet Earth, a tapestry of life woven with intricate threads. From the lush rainforests to the icy poles, a delicate balance exists. Ecosystems thrive, each species playing a vital role. This harmony, this interconnectedness, is what sustains us all. Yet a shadow falls upon this vibrant world. A threat that knows no boundaries, driven by the very air we breathe. Climate change. Climate change is no longer a distant warning. It's here, and its effects are being felt across the globe. Temperatures are rising, ice caps are melting, and weather patterns are shifting. This crisis is not just about the environment, it's about the survival of countless species, including our own. The animal kingdom is facing an unprecedented challenge: rising temperatures. This heat is pushing many species to their physiological limits. Imagine trying to survive in a world that's constantly getting hotter. This is the reality for countless animals. For cold-blooded creatures like reptiles and amphibians, their very survival depends on external temperatures. As the mercury climbs, their habitats become increasingly inhospitable. The delicate balance of life, finely tuned over millennia, is being thrown into disarray. The Arctic, a land of breathtaking beauty, home to iconic creatures like polar bears, seals, and penguins. Yet, this frozen world is melting at an alarming rate. The ice caps, once a vast expanse, are shrinking year by year. Polar bears, masters of the Arctic, rely on sea ice for hunting seals. As the ice melts earlier and freezes later, they're left stranded, their hunting grounds disappearing. This iconic species, a symbol of the Arctic, is now a poignant reminder of the devastating impact of climate change. Section 5. The Ocean's Silent Cry. The ocean, a vast and mysterious realm, holds many secrets beneath its surface. It is a world of wonder and beauty, but also one that is increasingly under threat. The ocean, a vast and mysterious realm, is also feeling the heat. Literally. As global temperatures rise, the ocean absorbs much of this excess heat, leading to warmer waters and altered marine environments. As the ocean absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, a process known as ocean acidification occurs. This is primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels, which releases large amounts of CO2 into the air. This acidification is changing the very chemistry of the ocean, with dire consequences for marine life. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand these changes and their impacts on the delicate marine ecosystems. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, are particularly vulnerable to ocean acidification. These reefs support a vast array of marine species, providing food and shelter to countless organisms. These vibrant ecosystems, teeming with life, are being bleached and degraded at an alarming rate. Coral bleaching occurs when the symbiotic algae living within coral tissues are expelled due to stress, often caused by warmer waters and acidification. The delicate balance of life in our oceans is being disrupted, with consequences that ripple throughout the food chain. This disruption affects not only marine life, but also human communities that rely on the ocean for their livelihoods, such as fishing and tourism industries. Efforts are being made to combat these changes, including the establishment of marine protected areas and community initiatives aimed at reducing carbon footprints. However, much more needs to be done to preserve the health of our oceans for future generations. The ocean's silent cry is a call to action for all of us. By understanding the challenges it faces and taking steps to mitigate our impact, we can help ensure that this vital and beautiful part of our planet continues to thrive. Section 6. Forests under fire. Forests, the lungs of our planet, are under increasing threat from climate change. Rising temperatures and changing rainfall patterns are creating ideal conditions for wildfires. These raging infernos are devastating vast swathes of forest, releasing even more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Deforestation, driven by human activity, is exacerbating the problem. Trees, which absorb carbon dioxide, are being cleared at an alarming rate. This loss of habitat is pushing countless species towards extinction. The Amazon rainforest, once a vibrant tapestry of life, is now losing its battle against deforestation and climate change. Section 7. The rhythm of nature broken. Migration and breeding, two fundamental pillars of the natural world, are being disrupted by climate change. Animals are migrating earlier, later, or not at all, confused by the changing seasons. Breeding cycles are being thrown off, with mismatches between predator and prey. The delicate timing of nature, honed over millennia, is being disrupted. The consequences are far-reaching, impacting entire ecosystems. The intricate web of life is being pulled apart, thread by thread. Section 8. A race against time. The clock is ticking and the stakes have never been higher. Every second counts as we face one of the greatest challenges of our time. The evidence is clear. Climate change is real, it's happening now, and it's having a devastating impact on wildlife and ecosystems. Glaciers are melting at unprecedented rates, polar bears are losing their habitats, and vast stretches of forests are being wiped out. We are at a critical juncture, a turning point in history. The decisions we make in the coming years will shape the future of our planet for generations to come. Will we choose a path of sustainability, or will we continue down a road of destruction? The choices we make today will determine the fate of countless species, including our own. Rhinos, tigers, and countless other species are on the brink of extinction. Their survival depends on our actions. This is a race against time, and we are already behind. The window of opportunity to make meaningful change is closing rapidly. We must act now before it's too late. The urgency of this crisis cannot be overstated. Forests are burning, landscapes are turning to deserts, and coral reefs are bleaching. These are not distant threats. They're happening right before our eyes. We are witnessing the unraveling of the natural world, the very systems that sustain us. Ice shelves are collapsing, crops are failing, and rivers are drying up. The consequences of inaction are dire. The time for inaction is long gone. We can no longer afford to ignore the signs. The voices of millions are calling for change, demanding that we take responsibility for our planet. The time for bold, decisive action is now. We must invest in renewable energy, reforest our lands, and engage in community efforts to clean up our environment. Together, we can turn the tide and create a sustainable future for all. Section 9. Our shared responsibility. We as humans have played a significant role in creating this crisis. Our reliance on fossil fuels, our unsustainable consumption patterns, our disregard for the natural world, these actions have consequences, but we are not powerless to change course. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the resources to make a difference. This is not a problem for future generations to solve. This is our responsibility here and now. We must act collectively with urgency and determination to address this global challenge. The future of life on Earth depends on it. Section 10. A future we must choose. In this chapter, we delve into the critical decisions that lie ahead of us, decisions that will shape the world for future generations. The path forward is clear, but it requires our collective effort and unwavering commitment. We must transition to a low-carbon economy, embracing renewable energy sources and sustainable practices. This means investing in solar and wind energy and supporting community-driven recycling initiatives. We must protect our forests, restore degraded ecosystems, and engage in reforestation efforts. These actions are vital for maintaining biodiversity and combating climate change. Additionally, we need to reduce our impact on the planet by minimizing waste, cutting down on plastic use, and promoting composting of organic materials. This is not just about saving wildlife and ecosystems, it's about ensuring the health and well-being of our planet. It's about safeguarding our own future, creating a world where our children can play in clean parks, families can enjoy nature, and communities can thrive. The future we choose to create is in our hands. We have the power to make a difference, to build a sustainable and equitable world. We can choose to continue down a path of destruction, ignoring the warning signs and allowing our environment to deteriorate. Witnessing the irreversible loss of biodiversity, the extinction of species and the degradation of our natural habitats, and the collapse of ecosystems, leading to dire consequences for all life on Earth. Or we can choose a different path, a path of hope, where we prioritize the health of our planet and the well-being of all its inhabitants. where we live in harmony with nature, adopting sustainable farming practices and creating urban green spaces that benefit both people and wildlife. Protecting the planet for generations to come. The choice is ours, and the time to act is now. Together we can create a future that is bright, sustainable, and full of promise.